Now this is Washington Park. Now this is the proposed site of the Olympic Stadium. Believe it or not, we're taping this in August of 2009, and they're proposing to put the stadium. You see the old armory. Let me zoom in. Let me see. You see the old armory. The armory's right over there. It's right off of Cottage Grove. That's the armory. But right next to the armory on this site, they're gonna put the Olympic Stadium. They're proposing an 80,000 seat temporary stadium. They said they may keep the bottom bowl or the track itself. They'll keep that there in Washington Park right here on this huge field. But the Olympic Stadium is supposed to be proposed to be right at this spot, Washington Park. Pretty amazing, very amazing. It is pretty amazing they're going to put the Olympics right here in Washington Park. I don't know if it's going to happen, nor that I really care. It'll be good for the city if it happens. It's good. It'll be bad for a lot of the people who live in the old Brownsville neighborhood or some parts of Washington Park over here. They will be pushed out because they want to really expand. They want to expand Hyde Park. Wait, this is Hyde. Let me forget about me now. Hyde Park is over there. University of Chicago. I can't even see, but University of Chicago's over there, and then they want to expand all of that to to gentrify the South Side. And I'm not saying that's bad or good, because some people need to move. I know some people get mad at me when I say this, but even in Katrina, I think a lot of folks moved out of got kicked out of New Orleans with Katrina. They moved to Dallas. They moved to Houston. They probably said that's the best thing. It was terrible at the time. It's the best thing that ever happened to me. We'll see what happens. The Olympics here in Washington Park. We'll find out in October of 2009. Okay, it's showtime. We're gonna get ready to start the show. I'm in Washington Park here, and we're gonna show Dawa and Randy Evans. I already taped those spots, of course. I already taped them. But we're gonna show Dawa. Dawa is a Hebrew Israelite brother who dogs out white people. It's, he makes some cogent arguments, and I have him on TV because some of my viewers enjoy that, which is fine. And Randy Evans talks about conspiracy theories and the black bourgeoisie and the black boule, Sigma Pi Phi, and all kind of conspiracy theories. Randy Evans will be excellent. Nice piece. Dawa's excellent. The purpose of the show is just to make you think. And this is, I lost count. This is an anniversary show basically, because I've been doing a show since 1991. Actually, I took sort of a year off in 2000. I needed a break, but I've been producing shows basically since 1991. We've enjoyed it. It's fun. I get tired of it every once in a while, because the original purpose of the show was to ensure that, you see, it's just a tripod of me, y'all. That's all it is. It's a tripod of me in Washington Park. The original purpose of the show was to inspire African Americans to make every neighborhood we live in, to make every neighborhood African Americans live in safe, clean, and with excellent schools. I'm almost giving up. Barack Obama's house is only a stone's throw, less than a mile across the park over here. That's where he's from. When President Obama is finished being president of the United States, I imagine he'll spend a few months here in Chicago, because his wife is from Chicago. She went to Whitney Young High School. Her family's still here. Barack has some roots here because he's been here over 25 years. But I imagine he'll spend most of his time on the rubber chicken circuit, making millions of dollars, making speeches, which I'm happy for him. That'd be great. And I imagine they'll spend their winters in Hawaii, okay? Which sounds very beautiful. You don't even need a passport, because as part of the 50 states, you go to Hawaii, you don't even need a passport. But that's good for Barack Obama. He's fine, but what about other children? Even your children. When I interview Randy Evans, you'll see, this is Washington Park. When I interview Randy Evans, you'll see that piece later on. I was trying to get Randy Evans to talk about, race is still a factor, but class is still a factor. Class is almost more important than race. Class is trumping race every day. There is racism, we know that. It's not good to be a poor black person, we know that. It's better to be a poor white person than a poor black person. We know that. If you're a poor white person, you understand. You'd rather be a poor white person than a poor black person. But man, this country has changed. It ain't about black and white. Like Jesse Jackson would say, it ain't about black and white, it's about wrong and right. So some of us who were born in the 60s, we almost have to reinvent ourselves and change the game. Although the game hasn't really changed. It's changed, but the intentions ain't changed, you know what I'm saying? But the premise is trying to enlighten people. We do these pieces on the computer. It's really a public access show here in Chicago, but we put the pieces on the computer first, on the internet first, then we run them here in public access. And so it's just to enlighten people. There's so many smart people in this town. We live in a world that has all this information technology, books, libraries. Nobody should be ignorant, not knowledgeable, at least have a cursory knowledge of what's really the world is all about in this modern times, so they can make better decisions. There's decisions now to improve our health, cure cancer, diabetes, heart. I mean, we can do a lot of things, especially if you're still kind of young, if we see the information and we just move on it and learn from it. Man, there's dragonflies out here. I got to get out of here. I'm surrounded by dragonflies, and I don't like dragonflies, so I'm got to leave. Watch. Oh, here they come. I don't know if you can see them on camera. These dragonflies are everywhere. So let me get off this camera here. Like I said, since 1991 we've been at your service. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing these shows. Maybe I want to quit, but with the computer now, I can do the show. When I'm doing this piece in Washington Park, and then I go home. I live about 40 blocks from here, 50 blocks from here. I go home, put little subtitles on it, beam it up to the computer. Then I go downtown later this evening and put it on public access. So we're done with the opening piece. So enjoy the rest of the show. And I've been at your service here in Chicago, now around the world since 1991.